Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk in English on PTS and the radio. My name's Andrea.
And my name is Gabe. It has been a nice, lovely week.
That's true. It's been a week to fall in love. Well, friends, let's take a look at today's key words together and say them with us. Our first one is fall in love with someone, something. Fall in love with someone or something. Naomi fell in love with Paris. She wants to live there.
Marriage. Marriage. Anna and Herman are celebrating 50 years of marriage.
Remember. Remember. Did you remember to do your homework? I hope so.
Kid. Kid. Don't be sad. I was only kidding.
Husband. Husband. Daniel is Andrea's husband.
Okay, everybody. Well, let's look at these words again. Fall in love with someone or something. Fall in love with someone or something.
Marriage. Marriage.
Remember. Remember.
Kid. Kid.
Husband. Husband.
Well done, everyone. Now let's go see our friend Eddie.
I'm in love.
Eddie?
Eddie!
I'm in love.
What?
Wow!
Really? You are?
Did you fall in love?
Yes, I fell in love with grapes.
Oh.
Well, you can have a grape later. First, we want to know what today's mission is.
Today's mission. What is one of Renee's favorite dishes?
What is one of Renee's favorite dishes?
Well, friends, we'll find out today. Let's begin with our conversations.
This is delicious. Macaroni and cheese is one of my favorite dishes.
I know. I'm glad because it's easy to make.
I can't believe you cooked this dinner. And Max even let you use his kitchen.
Well, he knows we celebrated our first Valentine's Day here. The diner is a special place for us.
Oh, Simon, I fall in love with you more every day.
That's what marriage is about.
I agree.
Well, this is very sweet. We see Simon and Renee at the diner celebrating Valentine's Day.
That's right, they're celebrating Valentine's Day. They will be sharing memories together. Renee says, "This is delicious." What are they eating?
Well, they are eating something very special. It's the answer to today's mission. The question is, what is one of Renee's favorite dishes?
What is one of Renee's favorite dishes? Macaroni and cheese is one of Renee's favorite dishes. And that's kind of like noodles with cheese.
Yes, it's easy to make, but it is good. And Simon made it for his wife. Renee says, "Oh, Simon, I fall in love with you more every day."
How romantic.
It is so romantic. Well, friends, let's learn that key word. It is fall in love with someone or something. Now, that's a long one, so let's say it again. Fall in love with someone or something. Now, when you fall in love, you have feelings of love for someone or something. It's a feeling that you don't have right away, but you start to get it.
That's right, and let's use this right now. Tom and Mary were friends for a long time, and then They started to fall in love with each other.
Well, maybe they got married. Then they can also fall in love with marriage. Our keyword is marriage. Marriage. When two people get married, they are husband and wife. And this relationship is called marriage.
And love is what marriage is all about.
Do you remember our first Valentine's Day together?
Of course.
Do you remember the poem I wrote you?
You wrote me a poem?
You don't remember?
I'm just kidding. Of course I remember. We were here at the diner and you read the poem on the stage.
I was nervous.
And cute. I'll never forget that night.
Well, Andrea, I have a question for you. Who was cute in this conversation?
Well, let me see if I remember. Yes, I remember. It was Simon.
That's right. Simon was cute, and Renee will never forget that night. She will remember it forever. Now let's look at this key word, remember. Say it with me. Remember. If you remember something, that means that you think of something that happened before. You think of something that happened in the past. You remember it.
And Renee is remembering her first Valentine's Day with Simon. That happened in the past, but she's thinking about it again.
And you know what? I remember something. I remember my first day of school. I was so nervous and scared to walk into the classroom, but I remember it very clearly.
Friends, your teacher might also ask you, what do you remember from today's lesson? When we're finished our show, see what you can remember.
That's a good idea. And so Simon says, do you remember the poem I wrote? What does Renee say?
Well, she says, you wrote me a poem?
Well, of course, Renee remembers the poem. She is just kidding. Let's look at this word, kid. Kid. If you are just kidding about something, that means you are not serious about it. You are joking. You can say, I am kidding.
Well, Gabe, actually, Thomas is not going to be able to teach about Conversation B today, so we're going to have to keep teaching.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding.
Andrea.
I'm sorry.
You walked up to the microphone. I kept looking at you and smiling. I'll always remember the words to your poem.
Dear Renee, you are my best friend and the love of my life. Will you be my wife?
I was so surprised. I ran to you and gave you a big hug. I said yes. I was so happy that you would be my husband. I'll never forget our first Valentine's Day together.
Well, in our Read It paragraph, Renee remembers her first Valentine's Day with Simon, and this is just really sweet. Gabe, I think I'm going to cry.
Andrea, don't cry. We're teaching right now. Keep smiling.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I am still smiling, but it is really sweet. We see that on Valentine's Day, Simon proposed. He asked Renee to marry him.
That's right. He said, Renee, you are my best friend and the love of my life. Will you marry me?
And Renee said yes. That is when she decided that Simon would be her husband. Our key word is husband. Husband. Now, when two people are in a marriage, there is a wife and a husband. The husband is the man.
That's right. So the man in a marriage is the husband. Of course, Simon had a poem and it rhymed. He said, "You are my best friend and the love of my life. Will you be my wife?" So again, a wife is the woman in a marriage and the husband is the man.
Conversation replay.
This is delicious. Macaroni and cheese is one of my favorite dishes.
I know. I'm glad because it's easy to make.
I can't believe you cooked this dinner. And Max even let you use his kitchen.
Well, he knows we celebrated our first Valentine's Day here. The diner is a special place for us.
Oh, Simon, I fall in love with you more every day.
That's what marriage is about.
I agree.
Do you remember our first Valentine's Day together?
Of course.
Do you remember the poem I wrote you?
You wrote me a poem?
You don't remember?
I'm just kidding. Of course I remember. We were here at the diner and you read the poem on the stage.
I was nervous.
And cute. I'll never forget that night.
You walked up to the microphone. I kept looking at you and smiling. I'll always remember the words to your poem.
Dear Renee, you are my best friend and the love of my life. Will you be my wife?
I was so surprised. I ran to you and gave you a big hug. I said yes. I was so happy that you would be my husband. I'll never forget our first Valentine's Day together.
Calendar phrase.
Hello everyone, let's look at today's calendar phrase. Today is Valentine's Day and you can use our calendar phrase, Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day!
Now you can say this to your family or to your friends, right?
That's right. Andrea, you're my friend. I have something for you because I appreciate you. Happy Valentine's Day!
Oh, Gabe, thank you. You gave me some cabbage.
That's right.
for
I know you like
Valentine's Day.
vegetables.
I do. That is very special. Thank you. Okay, everyone, let's learn more about our calendar phrase skit.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Hi, Jan. Happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, John. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thanks.
Here, have a piece of chocolate.
Yummy. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm sorry. I don't have anything to give you.
That's okay. Happy Valentine's Day.
Thanks. See you in class.
Bye.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Well, everyone, welcome back. Let's find out what our question of the day is for Valentine's Day. Eddie, it's your turn.
Oh, yes. Question of the day. How will you celebrate Valentine's Day?
How will you celebrate Valentine's Day?
I will celebrate Valentine's Day by doing something special with my sweetheart. We'll go to a special restaurant.
Well, that sounds romantic. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today here on Let's Talk in English.
On PTS and on the radio.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
That's right.
We hope you celebrate in a fun way. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.